I was told by some people that we had to try out Magic Spoon cereal, so we got some, of course. And it says it's healthy and doesn't taste like this box. Let's find out. I think we need it to be a little bit more fun in here. Inside, there is cocoa, blueberry, frosted, and fruity. I think they also have some other flavors like cinnamon. We'll be comparing them against some brands that you've probably heard of before. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything to compare against the blueberry. I don't have any of the blueberry. That's a disappointment, but I'm sure we have enough here to work with. Let's quickly talk about what makes Magic Spoon special. I am not an expert in this area, but they say it's keto, gluten-free, and low-carb diet friendly, and that is something I do hear a lot of people talk about. They have only 3 grams of net carbs, 12 grams of complete protein, 110 calories, and nothing artificial. If that means nothing to you, if I normalize the serving size, because it's different amongst all of these, and I compare them against these major brands, this is what it looks like. You can see the carbs are lower, especially the sugar, and they boast about net carbs where they don't count fiber or allulose. And if you don't know what allulose is, you can research it and find out more for yourself. The protein is higher, which is good, but I did notice there is more saturated fat and cholesterol in the Magic Spoon cereal compared to the other brands. Now, I do think the saturated fat might be due to the coconut oil that they use, but I'm not certain. Enough of that stuff, let's try it out. First up, fruity versus Fruit Loops. First interesting note, the insides of these are not colored, just the outsides. And the Fruit Loops are fully colored like you'd expect. Let's just try a couple out here. It really tastes like there's sugar in them. That allulose, whatever that is, must be doing the trick. So I've never really liked this aftertaste that you get with Fruit Loops. I'm trying to figure out if I get that aftertaste with the fruity. Now with a little bit of milk. That's pretty good. Actually, I'd eat that for breakfast. On a sweetness level, this is pretty much on an even playing field for me. I would eat either of these. I don't get quite the same aftertaste as I do with the Fruit Loops, although there is a little bit of some sort of taste after this with the fruity ones. Let's move on to the next one and try those out, which would be the frosted ones. First thing I notice is these are very, very white, the frosted Magic Spoon, and these are frosted Cheerios, which are just kind of like Cheerios with almost like a glaze on them. Let's try these out. I can totally tell that I'm a tech reviewer and not a food reviewer because I should be describing this a lot better. So the Cheerios has that Cheerios taste to it. You know what I'm talking about, and you can tell that's there. That's missing from these, but they're not claiming to be Cheerios, so that's just fine. They are sweet. You can taste the sweetness to them. They have a good crunch, not getting any sort of aftertaste whatsoever, and that's about it. So let's try them with a little bit of milk and see how that works. So they do taste very differently. They are definitely not Cheerios, but they are frosted, meaning they are pretty sweet, and they taste like the frosted portion of that. This is definitely something that I would eat for breakfast, and I often like Frosted Flakes. I know what these taste like. I always pick some sort of sugary cereal, so this is why I'm pretty interested in this, because sugar is not always the best thing for you. Cocoa is up next. It's hard to tell, but the insides of these also are white and not coated with the chocolatey color. Tastes much more like a dark chocolate than a milk chocolate to me. Pretty good. Let's try it with some milk. I always get this bit of an aftertaste with these as well. This is pretty good. Tastes like cocoa. Pretty decent. One more to try out. The last one is the blueberry, and I don't have anything to compare it to, but we're gonna try it out anyways. These are similar to the other ones where they don't have the purple inside the middle of them. Pretty good. Let's try it with some milk. They're pretty good. It'd be interesting to have the blueberry cereal right next to it to try it out, but we don't have it. There is a bit of a blueberry taste. It's very faint though. After trying them all out, I would say my favorite is the frosted, but there are pretty good close seconds here, and I'd like to try out that cinnamon one as well. I feel like they should come with some way to get points towards a really cool spoon that they'll send to you, because they're called Magic Spoon. We talked about a lot of positives, but what about some negatives or cons for Magic Spoon cereal? And the first one that you'll hear people talk about is the cost. You can see this Cheerios box is much bigger and larger and cheaper than a box of Magic Spoon cereal. It costs about $1.39 or $1.25 with a subscription plan per bowl for Magic Spoon, where this is much cheaper. Now we're talking about different nutrition facts, so they are different. Now a positives for other brands is they have a lot more vitamins listed compared to Magic Spoon. They have a lot of calcium listed there, but not the vitamin A, B, and all those other things on here. The other note is it uses allulose instead of sugar. You can look up more information on that and find out for yourself what you think. I'll make sure to drop a link in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. Let's get some cereal.